Good afternoon. I would like to welcome you to our today's info event for the master's program in Comparative Biomedicine. And my name is Sabine Lagger, and I'm the head of the study program. And on behalf of the Vetmeduni University of Vienna, I would like to welcome you all and hope we have a couple of interesting questions and an interesting session for you to follow today. Okay, so I would like to give you a bit of an overview of our program. And so what am I going to speak about today? So first, I would like to give you a bit of the history of our university and its locations in Vienna, Lower Austria, and Tyrolia. I would like to tell you a little bit about the research at our university and, of course, also our teaching. And then I would like to focus more onto our master's program. So what can you expect from the program if you become a student at our university? And why should you study comparative biomedicine? And after I have finished my part, then you will meet Christine Schwab-Schusser. She's from the Vice Rectorate for Teaching, and she will explain to you the general admissions procedure. And then we can also have some questions via live chat. And we have also invited one of our students, Nina Danzinger, who is here to answer your questions if you should have any. Okay, so very briefly to the history of our university. We are the only veterinary school in Austria, and the Vetmeduni was founded in 1765 by the Empress Maria Theresia, and we are the third oldest veterinary school in the world and the oldest veterinary school in the German-speaking world. So we have a pretty long history. So the location of our university was primarily in the 3rd district of Vienna, so in the middle of the city center, if you want. And only in 1996, we moved to our current location in Wien-Floridsdorf, where we are now set in a very beautiful campus in the green. So you can see here, this is actually where the Vetmeduni is located in the 21st district. So it's very green, but we are not yet isolated. There is many parks and also the Danube, as you can see on this picture, very close nearby. So this gives you very good accessibility with public transport, and also a very nice connection to the bike path city network of Vienna. And also there is student housing very close, so which gives students the opportunity to also live close to the university. So as you will probably know, Vienna is one of the most livable cities in the world. As it's a very stable country, Austria, we have a very good healthcare system, a good educational system. There is lots of culture that you can enjoy in Vienna. And you can also very quickly be out into the environment and enjoy the beautiful outskirts of Vienna and Austria. So these are the locations of the Vetmed University in Vienna. So our main campus is, as said, in Vienna, in Floridsdorf, but we also have a second institute for wildlife ecology set in the 16th district of Vienna. And then there are some more locations, mainly in Lower Austria, and one is even in Tyrolia. So the motto of the Vetmeduni is confident, committed, and innovative. And we're actually setting our activities on 5 important pillars. Of course, the animal is in our focus of attention, but also humans and their well-being, of course. We are also very much interested in the health of animals as well as humans. We're also interested in food science and food safety, if you want, and of course the general environment. And our main activities are teaching, research, and of course also medical care for our patients. So you can see where the master's program in comparative medicine is probably what it's going to be overlapping with. And this is mainly the health of animals, humans, and health for both of those. So we are working along 5 research profile areas. The first of them is physiological processes that we are interested in. Then, of course, infection and prevention. And we have also a very strong focus on farm animals. The third research profile area is animal models and veterinary biotechnology. So this is probably also where you in the master's program in comparative biomedicine will connect mostly to. We also have a research area in food safety and risk analysis, and then also animal behavior and human-animal interactions. And we follow along a One Health approach. So this basically means that we are researching for the health of animals, humans in the context of the environment. Our university employs about 800 academic staff. And at the end of 2023, within 1 year, we could publish around 900 scientific publications. So you can see that we are very research-based and very active in research. So what are now our main research focuses? Here you find an entire list. And I would like to give you the connection point to our master's program in comparative biomedicine. So one of them is definitely infection medicine, where we research emerging diseases, in particular also zoonosis, and also immunoprophylaxis. Then we are very much interested in genomics and translational medicine. And here in particular, we are researching the genome and the epigenome. We're focusing on signaling pathways in cancer, as well as in infection and inflammation. And as we are a veterinary university, we are, of course, always very concerned with veterinary ethics and animal welfare. And this is, of course, also a strong connection point to our master's program. So the Vetmeduni does a lot of teaching, and we have several study programs. Of course, we do teach in veterinary medicine, and we have a diploma program for that. Then we do have a bachelor program where we also educate in biomedicine and biotechnology. And then we have several master programs, and amongst those is the one I'm talking about today, the Master in Comparative Biomedicine. We also have a doctoral program for veterinary medical doctors, and we also have PhD programs mainly designed for molecular biologists. Here on the right, you can see a graph showing you the students by origin. We have, of course, a lot of students from Austria, but we also have a large part of EU citizens as well as third countries. And as you can also see by the numbers, we have a lot of women studying here. And also this is, of course, something that we very much support. Okay, so now I would like to give you a bit of an overview of our master's program. So what's the idea of our program? And our basic strong focus is to try to connect teaching and research. So we like to focus on current molecular biology research and problems. We like to show our students a very interdisciplinary research. And we, of course, also interested in further developing personalized medicine approaches. We use state-of-the-art technologies. And of course, everything has the ultimate goal of developing new therapies. And this is something that our master students should also learn from the very beginning, we all as teachers think that this is a very important point for your future education. So what can you expect to become after you have completed our program? So our alumni can go into research, of course, and we often find them again in pharmaceutical and biomedical industry. They can also work in product development and research in biomedicine. Of course, they can also go to higher educational programs at universities or other post-secondary institutions, or also, of course, non-university research institutions, public and private research facilities, and of course also health facilities. So now I would like to give you the cornerstones of our program. So the entire program comprises 120 ECTS, and the entire program is in English. So English is, as we have also, of course, international students, this is the prime language that your teachers will talk to you, and also the students will communicate amongst each other. Our program is designed to be completed in 4 semesters, and you will finish basically as a Master of Science. This will be your academic degree. We usually allocate around 15 places. So as you can see, we are a very small and fine study program in comparative biomedicine. So what would be your requirements to study this program? So we strongly recommend that you hold a bachelor's degree in natural sciences, so that you already have a background in ideally molecular biology, as in the first 2 semesters, the courses advance rather fast. And so in order to be able to really follow our course program, we do strongly recommend to have a bachelor degree in natural sciences. Okay, so what is now the focus of our program? So in the second semester, you will start to split up in two basic modules. And the first one is a tumor signaling pathways module. And the second one will very much focus on infection biomedicine, as we do think that those two topics very nicely connect. And these are also in the expertise of our universities and its researchers. So in the first year, you will learn the basics again, as a repetition from your bachelor's studies, of course, in molecular biology and biomedicine. You will also come into contact with the first biomodels. You will get a refresher in virology, bacteriology, and parasitology, immunology, and pathology. And we are very proud that we have a very strong focus on bioinformatics, as we think this is really important to give you students also really good chances on the job markets in the future, as bioinformatics is becoming more and more important, and the skills to hold in bioinformatics and statistics are more and more important now in our job description. In the second year, you will continue to learn about biomedicine and molecular biology, but here you will have quite a lot of trainings, a technology training, and then, of course, more bioinformatics. You will also learn about biomedical economy and scientific writing in English. And you will then have another 8 weeks practical training. And then your master thesis should span around 1 semester. So what are the unique features of our program? So I think you will learn a lot about in vitro and in vivo biomodels. As said, we are very proud of being able to offer big data analysis. We would like to also connect our students to industry, and we would also like to give you a strong hold on scientific writing, the use of the English language also very professionally for you to be able to write scientific papers and maybe grant applications in the future. And we are also connected to the Erasmus Student Mobility Program, where we have collaborations with, for example, the University of Bologna, where we're trying to exchange our students with Italy and between Italy and Austria. Okay, so one question that is always coming up, of course, what about exams? So every lecture usually has their own exams at the end of the lecture, but at the end of the first semester, we have one slightly larger written overall exam. Also at the end of the second semester, you will have 2 written overall exams where you will have one strong focus on cancer biology and the second strong focus on immune biology, plus, of course, the additional lecture exams. In the third semester, we try to make your schedule a bit lighter so that you can already start doing all your technology trainings. And here you will only basically experience scientific writing and biomedical economy. And in the fourth semester, your time should be really dedicated without any other lectures, that you can really focus on your master's thesis, and then you will have one oral master's defense at the end. Okay, so what can you now expect from our program? So you will find that we are a full-time program, as we try to make you complete the study in about 4 semesters. We have, of course, a very densely packed time schedule. So the program is definitely full-time, and the timetable will be fixed for you. So this allows for high planability, of course, and you also can very massively increase your chance of a timely completion of the master's program. So why should you now study comparative biomedicine at the Vetmeduni? So if you want to understand diseases and hopefully once work also in basic research and develop new therapies, if you want to understand the medical and molecular biology basics, I think this is a very nice program for you. If you also like to be in a smaller group with around 15 to 20 people who have optimal contact with lecturers, because we do have limited study places, then I think this program is also good for you. If you also enjoy being together with international students and also maybe think about also doing a mobility program such as Erasmus or other fellowships, then I think this is also good for you. And if you want to be at the pulse of research and you get lecturers that are really involved in research activities, then this is, of course, very nice. And one, I think, very nice thing about our study program is that we always organize every year a master symposium for our students, where we invite also researchers and people from industry from the Vienna area to also connect to our students and to give them an opportunity to see what is out there in the world for them after our program. We also have a personal support lecture, which is personal skills. This is actually part of our bachelor's program, but the master students are very welcome to also participate. And you will learn about study didactics, self-management and potential development, communication and conflict management, which of course also can be very important during your career. Also how to develop a team and how to deal with changes in management, career planning and leadership. And there's also a career counseling, which is offered by one of our professors, Dieter Klein. So we also have a very nice support union for our students. Here you can see the student union. And we also, in every year, we have semester speakers who also try to basically help their fellow students if there are any problems. And they also regularly connected to me and to other professors so that we can find out if there's any problems that you might be experiencing. And we try to solve issues together with the students. Okay, so one more time, the Master Symposium, and we also are very proud to have an alumni meeting where all of our alumni are meeting again. And so this will happen every year in May, which is organized for you by the professors, and to basically, as said, give you a new impact into what is going on in the Vienna area in terms of methods and technologies, current research, career examples, and of course also meet your fellow students that have completed the programs.